Hi, ladies. Happy Cinco de Mayo. I went to a Mexican restaurant today, obviously, because that's what you do on Cinco de Mayo. So I just got back from doing that. And I wanted to make a little video. Today's video topic is going to be about Turner syndrome. I haven't made many of those videos, and I thought about it, and I haven't even made a video to say about how I was diagnosed with Turner syndrome, like how old I was and how it came to be and stuff like that. So I wanted to make a little video about my childhood and how it came to be that I had Turner syndrome. So I'll make this short and sweet so it's not so boring and everything, but I just wanted to share. I was 4 years old when I was diagnosed with Turner syndrome. I was living in a small town, and it was, if I was 4 years old, it would have been 1980 when I was diagnosed with Turner syndrome. So, I had a brother at the time, and he and I are both adopted. So I'll say that too, that we were adopted. And it was the parents that adopted me that realized and figured out that I had something wrong with me. We'll just say that because it was obviously a doctor that diagnosed me. But my mom brought me to the doctor and was like, Dory is not growing. Dory is not, I don't know if it's not growing at all or just growing slowly. Because she noticed that my brother was outgrowing his clothes, but that I was not outgrowing mine. So, and at 4 years old, you should be growing. So, I had to go to a hospital, a children's hospital in Chicago. It is called Weiler's Children's Hospital. If anybody's heard of it, let me know. Always comment below if you have something to say, and always subscribe to my channel if you feel the need to and are interested. But if you have Turner syndrome and you're watching this, of course, and you've been to Weiler's Children's Hospital, let me know. I'm always interested. So, I had to go to Weiler's Children's Hospital once a month. One time I went and they did a sleep study on me. They put wires on your head, and they're just like, the wires have stuff on them to stick to your head, obviously. They're not like, I don't know how you say it, Band-Aids or whatever. It's not like that. I don't know what the liquidy stuff was, but anyways, they were glued to my head. And it was an overnight study. I had to sleep at Weiler's Children's Hospital in Chicago. I did not want any part of the sleep portion part of it. Once it was time to go to bed, oh my gosh. I don't know if they just suggested that my mom didn't sleep in the same room as me, or they thought it was better that she didn't sleep in the same room as me for the sleep study. But either way, they sent her to a different room, and I threw a fit. I think I was, at this time, I feel like I was 6 or 7 years old. And so, because I threw such a fit, she ended up being able to sleep in the same room as me. So that's good. But I remember always going to Weiler's Children's Hospital, and I knew the floor that I was on like the back of my hand. And actually, I feel like I knew most of the hospital like the back of my hand. Because I feel like it wasn't a very big hospital, even though it was Chicago. So I know I know that this hospital had a burn unit, and I remember visiting the burn unit that was on one of the floors. So, anyways, I did have to have growth hormone because of Turner syndrome. And I know, like, by the time that I was on the growth hormone, my parents divorced. And so whenever I would have to stay with my dad, he found a nurse that actually lived in the same neighborhood as him. So that worked out wonderful. She gave me my growth hormone shots that weekend. I saw him like twice a month. So, and then it just so happened that my mom's second husband, he was a paramedic, so he knew how to do the growth hormone shots. So that worked out good. So for me in Turner syndrome in my childhood, I think for me it went pretty well. I did have to have surgery on both of my legs at the same time, the same day, by the same doctor. They were in a cast at the same exact time. So I had to learn how to walk again. That was in elementary school. I know that was a little painful. For the most part, it was good though. But like, I remember my legs itched so bad. The cast like went all the way up to my hips. And they had pins sticking out of them. In the surgery for my legs, I will explain that I was pigeon-toed. So if anybody knows what pigeon-toed is, it's when your legs come together, like your feet come together. Instead of pointing out, they point inward, is a better way to explain it. They point inward. Okay. So learning how to ride a bike and things like that, it never came easy for me either. So I had the surgery done on both of my legs. I think I was like 9 or 10 when I had that done. And I was living in Parchment, Michigan at the time, and I went to Borgess Hospital for that surgery. I just remember, like, for the most part, it was fine. My legs itched, like I said. But like when I was in the hospital still, and I was there for like a few days a week or whatever. My mom told the nurses, she says, I'm just gonna go down to the cafeteria, get some lunch, and I will be back. But Dory is in her wheelchair, and she may need to get in her bed. Her poor little bottom might get sore, so she might need to get back in bed before I come back up from the cafeteria. Well, the nurses ignored her. At least one of them did. If she just spoke to one and maybe nobody else heard her, whatever, and so that nurse just totally kind of forgot. And by the time my mom came back up from the cafeteria, I was drenched in tears. I was sobbing because my bottom hurt so bad from being in the wheelchair so long. But other than that, it actually was fine. So that is my childhood in a nutshell. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And like I said, like it, subscribe, and also comment if you have a comment or just question anything. Comment if you feel the need to. Thank you so much. Have a great day and a great Sunday at that. Bless you.